Podcast Network.
Scored a touchdown earlier on a direct snap. Now it's Michelle's turn, running all the way. Gets to the edge. Sonny Michel will send the Dawgs home to the championship game.
53.5-yard drive near hash, kick right, snap, hold, kick is away, it's reaching, and it is good, good, good. Hot Pod does it. All right, Hot Pod.
Wilcox with an up and out, wide open, touchdown, Israel Troupe.
What's up, guys? Happy Friday. It is the Believe in Georgia Dawgs podcast on the Believe Podcast Network, also coming at you on Brinks TV. I'm Corey Burton. Joining alongside me is my main man, Israel Troupe. Israel, what's up, man?
What's going on, brother? Joining you live from my son Tatum's room. You know, this is where it goes down, apparently. Naps, diaper changes, everything, even podcasts now.
There you go. It doubles as a studio and a kid's room. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he? Is he sleeping on the couch right now? What's going on?
He is in his pack. He doesn't really like sleeping in here. It's a really nice room. My wife decorating everything, but he doesn't like it in here. So we have a little pack and play for him in our room. That's kind of where he likes to sleep right now. He does take naps in here, though, so that helps.
There you go. Ease him in, I guess, right? Ease him in with the pack and play. See, Huck learned how to climb out of the pack and play like really quickly. So that didn't last very long.
We're getting there. We're getting there. He's getting a little rambunctious now, so he's learning.
There you go. There you go. Well, it is also state championship week in Georgia.
It is.
So good luck to all the teams that are playing. Tennessee wrapped up their season last week with the state championships. Congratulations to all the state champions here in Tennessee. Last week, Oakland has got a Georgia commit at running back. So there you go. And they won it. They beat Summit. I don't know how many teams you're familiar with up here in this area, but the team from our district, our region, won the state championship. So the region champs from our region won it.
Nice.
So that validates our schedule a little bit. Tullahoma.
I was about to say, you never looking for moral victories or anything, but saying you lost to the eventual state champs, is not a bad way to go, especially when they come out of your region, which shows how good they are.
Exactly. And watching them play, man, there was just really kind of almost no doubt. I'm not really surprised. And their head coach retired. So he went out
went out with a bang.
Went out with a bang. You can say that again. So, but we are, actually, Israel, we missed you on Beast of the East, man. We had a good, Vinny and I had a good show. You were shaking babies and kissing hands, right?
Had to shake some hands and kiss some babies. Have a charity event I had to go to. It's that time of the year. Coaching jobs are open, and my wife makes me do things sometimes I don't want to do. So
but you got to get those. You got to get that head coaching job, right?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed. We had a great time. Met some new faces. Met a lot of people I hadn't seen in a long time. I've got to see them again, so it was great.
Well, there you go, man. I just had we got our Christmas tree this past Saturday, so that was good. And like I said,
y'all are late.
Yeah, we are. Did you have yours before Thanksgiving?
Yeah, my wife put ours up a week before Thanksgiving.
Did y'all have an artificial, or y'all go real?
I don't have anything. She has an artificial tree.
She has an artificial tree.
I just have to take it out of the attic or the storage unit. Depends on what trees where.
Gotcha. So we went to support one of my students' Boy Scout troops and bought some trees from him. So we bought my mother-in-law one, and we bought ourselves one. or she bought it for us because we went and got it, and she paid for it because we went and got it and delivered it. So I'll take that any day of the week. So we got a nice one. It's always kind of a pain in the to get rid of it at the end of the season, but the artificial one, you just pack it up and save it for next year. But But we are brought to you by BetOnline.ag. We're back and better than ever. A new web interface for the rest of the NBA season, and more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline remains your number one spot for football action this season. So here's what you're going to do. With the NFL season winding down, the NBA is cranking up, NHL is cranking up. You're going to, and I think there's a nice UFC fight if you're interested in that. So what you're going to do is you're going to head to the new and updated desktop or the mobile website. Sign up today, receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Just use our promo code BELIEVE50 to receive your bonus. As an update, I did not hit my parlay, Israel. Did not do it.
I was just going to say that BetOnline does a great job. Remember I text you, and I was having some card trouble, but they called and got everything squared away simply because I have a lot of security on my card. But they did a great job of calling me right back. So if you ever have any card trouble with BetOnline, they will call you directly and get everything fixed for you. And I did not win my parlay either. I bet 20 to win 5,000, and one team let me down, and we can all guess who that team is, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in just a second. So, but they have all the football, basketball, NHL, boxing, UFC. They have casino games as well. Take advantage of all those amazing offers available for the rest of this year and forward. So it's the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports. Bet online. It's where the game starts. So, Israel, I know it's Thursday. This game happened quite some time ago now. We've had some time to kind of think about it. I made a little handy dandy note card. I did the good, the
That's
bad.
all your points.
These are my points, right?
Love it.
Did the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Let's start with the good. Brock Bowers.
Great.
I would say first team All-American.
Him and Ladd McConkey, really showed me some things to be excited about moving forward. I've never seen a freshman, other than AJ Green, do the things that he's done as a freshman, just live and in person, and I think he had a great game. He showed that he wasn't scared. I think all around the skill guys did pretty well in the game, but he kind of stood out simply because they couldn't stop him. They really couldn't stop Ladd McConkey either.
I think Brock had 11 catches.
Yeah,
Something
and
like
he showed why he should be the top tight end in the nation. I still don't know what's going on with that situation, but if that didn't show you he's the number one tight end in the nation,
yeah,
something's wrong.
Exactly. Well, he's got all the other awards, so he don't need the Mackey Award. He's a first-team All-American, first-team All-Conference, SEC Freshman of the Year, plus.
But it's something about having that trophy as a freshman, that just means a little bit more.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't know who.
I want the dang trophy. Yeah, I couldn't say what I wanted to say, but I want the dang trophy.
Yeah, it starts with an F and ends with the. Yeah. If it's anybody but that kid from Colorado State, was a second-team All-American. It better not be Wiedemeyer. Wiedemeyer finished as a second-team All-Conference tight end. Had, I think, 4 touchdowns to Brock's 11. I mean, it just doesn't make sense all around. So, but that's the good, man. They couldn't stop him. I don't think Michigan's going to be able to stop him. So that was the good. I thought the O-line played pretty well for the most part. There were some pressures that they gave up, but throughout the course of a game, you're going to do that. But I thought overall they had a nice game. Stetson had a lot of time most of the game to throw the ball. I thought some run lanes. I put the O-line in the bad category again as well. Just for there was a drought there in the middle of the game where we couldn't really run the ball. They were getting through a little bit more than I'd like, but overall I thought the offensive line played really well. And I thought they aside from the first couple series, I thought they picked up stunts really, really well. But
I give them a B-, simply from the standpoint, like you said, we kind of had a drought there where we couldn't run the football.
mm-hmm.
That was just from the standpoint of us not staying on blocks. And there's this guy on the other team named Will Anderson. He's number 31, and he's really, really good at football.
That's what I've heard. He should be going to New York, but he's not.
Yeah, they got away from double teaming him and blocking him. You notice in the first couple of drives they had a tight end attached, or there was somebody chipping him as they went out.
Mm-hmm.
So you just, those are things you just adjust to as the game goes on, which goes to show you just how smart Nick Saban is and how dedicated his staff is. But at the same time, we just weren't finishing blocks. You could see we were blocking him, and then we just kind of stopped, and he turned back around and make a tackle. That's kind of why I think we did a really good job in pass protection. They brought the safety blitz twice.
First time they got us. Second time we picked it up,
and they did a good job there. So making adjustments in the middle of the game, I think they did very well with. I think just finishing blocks is kind of what hindered us in the run game. Yeah.
Absolutely. Lad McConkey, you said it. Just, I'll piggyback on your point. Dude is just a game changer at the slot position. Mm-hmm. It's good to see George Pickens. Wish we'd have seen a little bit more of him. Mm-hmm. But as far as the good goes, I think the 24 points we were able to get out of those offensive guys, and there was a few series that the defense fit into the good category. But for the most part, we'll talk about the defense here in the ugly section. But bad, I thought. I didn't think the quarterback play was ugly. I didn't think it was overly great either. I can't really blame Stetson because he played his ass off. He played about as good as Stetson's going to play. And I said this last night. Jake and I were hosting SEC After Dark, and we talked about this a little bit and talked about the quarterback play. And, it's pretty obvious that we could not press the ball vertically. And that's the reason why Stetson couldn't beat him the first time he played him. You can't, you've got to be able to push the ball vertical to loosen up Alabama. And the times that we did take shots, we got PIs. We were able to run the ball a little bit better. We loosened them up. But we got away from taking vertical shots, whether it was we just stopped picking up pressures or, Stetson just was panicking and getting it out quick, or something was happening. We weren't able to push the ball downfield, and Alabama knew that. And I feel like Helms and Jordan Battle were just camped out at 10, 11 yards and kind of just flat-foot reading it and just driving on everything. All the intermediate stuff just completely evaporated once they knew that we weren't going to go over the top. So, having George Pickens more involved in that would have probably been beneficial. And then I'm going to ask you this. Game plan wise, I felt like watching this game and thinking about it, outside of the moment in the game, I'm thinking, why are we treating Stetson Bennett like he's JT Daniels? Why are we having this one size fits all game plan that really just fits JT Daniels? And why aren't we taking advantage of a quarterback that has some running ability, escapability, and why aren't we using him more for what he's good at? That was over. If you're going to play him, play him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We did. We got away from everything. I think I texted you, or we were texting after the game or whatever. I texted you and said, this is a JT Daniels game. This was his game plan.
We talked on Sunday. We had a conversation about it.
Yeah, that's right. We game planned this game like JT was going to start. He was going to play. Well, hell, put JT in if that's what you're going to do. We weren't undefeated leading up into that game doing what we did on last Saturday. That is not what Stetson does. Stetson is 5 foot nothing. And guess what? He can't see over 6'5" linemen. So what do? He moves the pocket. We play action. We stay with the run. We got away from the run. That's one thing Muckin hasn't done all year. We got away from the run. If you notice, we didn't tempo like we normally do. After the first down, it's usually tempo, and we're snapping the ball and we're rolling. We didn't do that.
We played scared.
We sat there and we outcoached ourselves. And tell people all the time, it is very easy to outcoach yourself because you're trying not to make a mistake. Well, guess what? No one gives a shit. Win the damn game. No one cares. I'm throwing every bullet I have at Alabama. Because why? You beat Alabama, you don't have to see them again.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you have to do now? You have to see them again because you didn't beat them.
Yeah, you got to go and get them again.
But the game plan itself was more of a JT game plan. No one ever wants to think that that's how it was set up for, but at the same time, if that's the game you're going to play, put JT in the game. But let's think about this as well. They brought a safety blitz twice. Got us the first time, barely. Didn't get us the second time we completed a big play. JT's in the game. That is a sack both times, and they're bringing more pressure and adding more people in the box. What Stetson does do is give you a viable run threat, which he did. He uses legs a couple of times in the game.
Mm-hmm. We need more of that.
Yes, everybody wants to blame, Stetson. Let's put JT in the game. Well, those people aren't real coaches. Those people don't understand the game plan or the defense. If I'm a defensive coordinator, I'm blitzing the hell out of JT. Mm-hmm. Why? Because he can't run.
No. And I'm forcing JT to make quick decisions, and that's how I would play him. And sometimes he makes you pay, sometimes he doesn't. There's times where I think you can get JT by
watch Cincinnati and Missouri first half. Cincinnati game in Missouri the first half, and watch JT. Mm-hmm. And that's all you need to know.
Exactly. So, it's not Stetson's fault. I just think it was a game plan issue. I think we just went too conservative. We tried not to. We played not to make a mistake. We played conservatively. We played like that.
Mm-hmm.
Pucker factor was real.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot play Alabama like that. You cannot.
You can't squeeze a penny through that thing. Well, that's just how nervous we were on both sides of the football. I tell you one thing we did do well that was great. Our special teams was really good, especially punting the football.
Yes,
we flipped the field, even though they drove the whole thing a couple times. But we did a great job of flipping the field.
They just
did a great job of moving the football so we could flip the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it wasn't all bad.
No, I mean it seems bad in the moment. You look at the score and you're like, man, this was ugly. But I mean, honestly, it was a really good game. I just think there's some things here or there if we're more aggressive. If we eliminate their chunk plays, their chunk yardage on all their scoring drives, maybe they don't score. Like
our
take
the
defense,
pick six away and recover that fumble. It's a totally different ball game.
Exactly. We go into halftime tied up, or maybe even with the lead. Who knows? We might be talking about how we finally got off the schneid against Alabama. So who knows? But we know for next time, if we go down, just go down swinging.
I'm going down fucking swing. Excuse my language, but I'm going down swinging.
Just go down swinging, man. Yeah. If you're listening to this at work, that's we apologize. You got to go down swinging. You can't not go down swinging. I mean,
we literally brought a knife to a gunfight. Literally,
and we thought okay, we're badass knife fighters.
After we scored 10 points, we ran out of bullets. That's what it seemed like. Ran out of bullets, and all we did was grab a knife.
Yep. It was like you're playing Call of Duty and you lose all your ammo and you can't pick out anything, so you just have to run
around knife killing people.
Yeah, you have to melee everybody. Yeah, that's what we did. Speaking of melee, we didn't really do much of that either. The ugly was our pass rush. Where was our edge pressure? Where was our pressure in general? Where were the safeties? Lewis Seen I said this exact word. Safeties were atrocious. Seen had a shocker.
Yes, he played so well in the first quarter. After the first quarter, I think they made him think, and he's not a thinker; he's a hitter. Mm-hmm. And they made him go back there and play safety. And
he took the cheese.
Yeah,
he took the cheese on some low crossing routes, and they ate him up. They ate him up.
Which at the same time, you got to think we're trying to play.
And Chris Smith is on 1.5 legs.
Yeah, we're trying to spy the quarterback. We're not sending anybody at him. And there's a crosser in front of Lewis Seen. So what's he going to do? Of course, he's got to take it. I mean, what do you want him to do? Just let it run anyway? But I mean,
I don't know. I don't know what the coverage is, but he comes down. I feel like he should have been like that void that he left. I feel like he shouldn't have left that void. But I don't know what the coverage call is. So I'm not gonna go too far into that one particular play with Jameson Williams. That dude just he was going to get at least one like that. So, but it was bad.
He outran the rush, everybody.
He did. Chris Smith.
He outran 285 traffic.
That's impressive. Yes, he did.
Literally,
he did. He outran it. The pass rush, like when you rush Bryce Young, you have to just basically send a wall at him. Like you cannot give him an inch of daylight, and you've got to get through, and you've got to get something on him. You got to get in his face. You got to create a wall that he can't see any daylight through, and all of a sudden his eye. If you can get his eyes down like this, like Auburn did, you're good.
Yes,
he can't do anything. If his eyes go down, he can't do anything. He's going to get hit. He's going to get sacked. He's going to throw incomplete passes. We did that after the first drive of the second half. We started doing
and then we got out of it.
First quarter, we did it. Second quarter was, okay, we got a 10-0 lead. Let's sit on it. That didn't work. Next thing you know, it's 31-17. We're trying to figure out what the hell to do. Then we all of a sudden start playing defense again. Like, okay, we have to approach every series like we're down by 3 touchdowns, and it's the fourth quarter. Like we have to approach every series like with that sense of urgency. That's that's who we are. That's who Georgia is.
We got a way. Like I said, we played not to make a mistake. Anybody that asks me, I break down menu talk. Secondary was a big factor. But at the same time, you have to help your secondary. We have a really good secondary. They're not all 5 stars. They're not all go-getters or anything. But if you line them up at man and just let them play, just press man, we're good because we have the front 7 that can get to the quarterback. That's what we didn't do. We did that in the third quarter, and we reaped the benefits of it. We did that in the first quarter. And we reaped the benefits of it. For some reason, I don't understand why, but we got out of it. But we pressed and we got
– couldn't function when we pressed. Mechie was all flustered. Jameson was all flustered. Billingsley was flustered. Bryce Young couldn't – he was getting harassed. And we just go into a shell. I don't like it. All right, but we're going to put this one behind us, Israel. It's over. It's done with. Here. I'm going to ceremoniously – get rid of it, right?
Hey, can I say one thing before you burn that piece of paper?
If I'm not going to burn it because I'm inside, so I don't want to burn my house down.
If we're going to practice zone, we got to make sure everybody understands their assignments in zone because there's a lot of times if Bryce Young was really under pressure and he hits the flats, it's a touchdown. Just saying.
Yep.
From an offensive coordinator standpoint.
Exactly. That's, I thought the same thing. I'm like, yeah, if he gets in trouble, just step up and fire it out to the hash about 5 yards down the field. You're guaranteed 25. I'm surprised they didn't go for it on 4th down more so because how soft we were playing. But moving forward, against Michigan, I think we don't need to worry about zone against Michigan. Why? Because Cade McNamara can't push the ball down the field, right?
No, this is very evenly matched.
They have
it goes in our favor.
They have a tremendous running game with Haskins and Corum. They have a tremendous running game. But you look at Cade McNamara, he is not Bryce Young. And their receivers aren't Mechie and Jameson. So for us to come out victorious over Michigan, I think we have to play press man and just do what we do. Let our linebackers just wreak havoc. Let Nakobe Dean feast. He's a Butkus Award winner for a reason. You have Channing Tindall, you have Quay Walker, you have Nolan Smith. Where were they in the SEC championship? I don't know, but unleash them on Michigan, please.
With their thumb up their butt, playing spy.
Yeah. They were playing spy, just playing patty cake, while the offensive lineman just destroyed them, creating run lanes for Bryce Young. They can't do that. I mean, Cade McNamara can run a little bit. So when you rush him, you have to close down those run lanes up the middle. You have to flush him. You have to flush him sideways. If you can flush him sideways, our linebackers will take care of it.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm Georgia, and I'm thinking when I become a head coach, this is my thinking. All right, I'm going to beat the hell out of Michigan. I'm going to beat the hell out of Michigan doing exactly what I plan on doing to Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever I want to, whatever formations that they line up in, because we know they're not going to line up in 2x2 or anything like that. They're going to be 21 personnel, 22 personnel, 13 personnel. They're going to use some tight ends. Well, guess what? If Alabama comes up in it, we've already seen it, so we're already going to know what to call.
Mm-hmm.
So my game plan is going to be whatever I'm running against Michigan. I know I got to stop the run. I'm run stopping. Right. So if they pass the ball, guess what? I'm pressing everybody.
Make those wide receivers miserable at the line of scrimmage. I thought what made Keely Ringo good was that he presses.
Yes.
He jams. Like those guys can't get off. He's long. He's strong. He has good hip turn and he can get out.
Mm-hmm. Kendrick, what does Kendrick do well? He spies very well. He blitzes well. We didn't bring a corner blitz all night. Things that he does well. That's what he does. He shuts down screens. Guess what? We're 10 yards off on screen plays. You'd be an idiot not throwing it out there, But guess what? Against Michigan, I'm practicing certain things that I want to do against Alabama, which I know it is a 88.9% chance that I'm playing because I am giving Cincinnati a chance to beat Alabama.
Mm-hmm. Cincinnati,
I'm practicing.
I love Cincinnati. They don't have the depth. But, yes, I'm practicing my game plan for Alabama. And for Alabama, you got to shut down the quick stuff. You got to play in their face all freaking night long. And we have people that can do it. We have people that can do it. And if you get burned, you get burned. Let's just get in a shootout. Let's prepare for that.
Use the sideline to your advantage.
I don't care if we win this game 75-72. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Play to win the game. And you have to get to 35 to win this game.
Yes, you're going to have to. Coach Gaddis is a very good offensive mind. He's actually, I just read that, but it's between him and Tony Elliott for the Virginia job.
I heard it was almost a done deal with Tony Elliott.
That's what but apparently he hadn't called back, so it was kind of in the air. Last I saw, it could have been a while too. But I mean,
can you imagine Virginia just waiting to hear back? Like, Tony,
yeah, like
Tony.
Not
like they're in the playoff or anything.
He sent me the voicemail, guys. I don't know what's going on.
What's happening? Tony. Okay. We got Gaddis online too. Gaddis.
Yeah.
Gaddis online too. So, it's just for Michigan. What Ohio State was able to do really well against them was they were able to throw the ball. They were, and that's what we got. I mean, honestly, the way we match up with Michigan is perfect warm up for Alabama. Like perfectly set up for what we have to do to beat Alabama, to beat Michigan. Like
you got to be able to run the football.
Yeah, offensively
against
we got
a very physical defensive line, and you're going to have to hit some big plays here and there. You're going to have to play action. You're going to have to move the pocket. Just things like that.
They have some guy named Aiden Hutchinson, which he's
pretty good.
Very good football player. Not a Heisman finalist, but he's very good. Will Anderson's the Heisman finalist in this, but Aiden Hutchinson is really, really good. But, I thought Ohio State, they got out physical because they're not a physical team. Georgia's a physical team, but Georgia's got to learn to be a little bit more explosive than they are.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to beat Michigan. That's what's going to beat Alabama.
What upsets me is that we are explosive and we literally outcoached ourselves. We coached the game like we were scared. You can't play scared against Michigan because Michigan is they're a very big physical football team.
It's like opening.
They're going to lay on you and they're going to beat you.
It's like opening the car. It's like opening the garage, taking the Ferrari down to the stop sign and turning around and going back into the driveway and getting in your Civic because you're scared to get a scratch on the Ferrari.
Mm-hmm.
You're scared of going too fast. Like that's what Georgia is, right? That's what it is. That's a nice reference too. That's a nice analogy.
That's a good one. You got to use that one in class too, man. That was good.
I feel like I'm an English teacher right now. So yeah, that's what we got to do. We got to be explosive. So that's an early look at Michigan. But when we come back from our little Christmas break, Israel, we're going to really kind of deep dive into Michigan and just really kind of maybe I might try to find a Michigan person that we can talk to.
I might have one. I might. Let me check my Rolodex and let me get back with you.
You really know everybody. I'm gonna have to keep on you on that one. So, I think they finally fired Manny Diaz. We're gonna hit into this coaching carousel a little bit, but want to take a second to talk about our newest sponsor before we do that, because a lot of these people are going to be able to visit Lightbox Jewelry after they just signed their brand new $100 million contract. So say goodbye to dull gifts. Lightbox lab-grown diamonds are the brightest gifts of the year. Using cutting-edge technology and innovative techniques, they've cracked the science of sparkle, creating the highest quality lab-grown diamonds you can find at a light price, $800 per carat. They have the same chemical makeup of natural diamonds, but they're just grown in a lab. Because of their process, they can create stones in bluish pink and beautiful blue, as well as classic white. Lightbox lab-grown diamonds are a gift they'll never want to take off, priced so they won't have to. They really do make any outfit sparkle. So visit lightboxjewelry.com, add sparkle to your holiday shopping. That's lightboxjewelry.com. Lightbox diamonds, never a dull moment. So, fellas, this lightboxjewelry.com could make for, if you're not done shopping for your wife, or your significant other, if you're not married, this could be the potential landing spot for you to get a nice gift. So
yeah, when we get done, I'm gonna have to text you what I did for my wife for Christmas. I told her don't ask me for anything else for Christmas.
Nice. You're such a good husband. I love it. Anyway, there you go. You're getting brownie points for a full calendar year. On that one.
It's only so I can hunt and do things that I want to. I mean, I love her, but there's a rhyme and a reason for everything.
I can picture this conversation, baby. I bought you a diamond so I can go kill me a hog.
When I leave early in the morning and want to go play golf, I'll be like, hey, look at your finger, babe. Just not gonna lie.
Hey, honey, look at your finger. Now I'm about to go hit some bird. I'm about to go make some birdies. Let's get her done. Here we go. Yeah. That was actually audio of Brian Kelly talking to his wife.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
That was terrible. I do
declare. Welcome to Baton Rouge.
Me and my family. Look, I can't even do it because it just doesn't sound natural to me, and I have a naturally country voice.
Well, it sounds like somebody from the Northeast making fun of Southerners is really what it sounded like. He was like mocking.
It was awful. I think I saw somebody that just said, just be yourself, which I mean, you have to be yourself. Like I said, it's a great hire. But if you're trying to fake it to make it already, then that's not very good then.
Yeah, I mean, he's faking it to make it in day one. Literally. Like the one day in your entire tenure where everybody loves you unconditionally.
Yeah, and now you're a Twitter.
Now you're a meme forever and ever and ever. So good job, Brian. So I don't know where we left off in this whole thing with you. It was Thursday. I think Notre Dame had just hired Marcus Freeman, maybe not officially, but
something like that.
Yeah, I love that hire, man.
I love that hire. I also love. Well, let me start with Coach Freeman first. I think I tweeted something that he said about being a player's coach. He's 35, which he's same age as us. He's the head coach of Notre Dame.
Same age as you. I'm an old man. I'm 38.
Yeah, you're not old. I'm only 33.
Only
33. I'm a fresh 33. I just turned 33 a month ago. But that what a huge honor that is. You can see the excitement when he first walked in the room. To talk to his kids, you just see the excitement on his face. The fact that he was able to keep the offensive coordinator there is also huge because most coordinators, upon getting a head coach, they're looking for the next best thing. But when the coordinator tells you he's not going anywhere before they even announce who the head coach is, that just shows the relationship that those two guys had. That's just a great hire. The one hire that people are upset about, well, not people, but certain people who don't know football, is the Florida hire with Billy Napier. It is a great hire.
Oh, that's a
great hire.
Phenomenal hire, man.
And for most people who don't understand, I heard his speech the other day. He said he's not worried about the 5 stars and anything, simply because he just got there. How can he worry about players that, he has to figure out who's who? He's got to currently talk to his team, the team that's there now. And it's going to be
something similar too. Those things get overblown.
And Florida fans are blah 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 blah. I'm like, y'all realize what kind of coach y'all just got? You just got a great coach.
You know what? I'm not going to say anything to Florida fans. I hope they rant and rave till the cows come home. I hope they run him off, and he goes somewhere else and he goes somewhere else and absolutely kills it. Like Mike Norvell seems to move on, and he just goes right up the panhandle to Florida State and just kills it. Like that would be hilarious. No, this is an A hire. Now I'm very I don't really give out A pluses because I think that's a little it's like perfection. Like it's hard to achieve because every coach in America, even Nick Saban, has weaknesses, has things, has warts. But I think this is going to be a really, really, really good fit for Billy Napier, and I'm happy for him. Obviously, he went to Florida, so I can't be too thrilled about that. But from a recruiting standpoint, man, he hired Corey Raymond. So, I would say if you're hiring Corey Raymond, you ain't that worried about recruiting because you're about to clean up in the state of Florida. So,
yes,
yeah. Then let's see. I don't know where we last left off, but Brent Venables to Oklahoma. I thought was interesting. I thought Venables was destined to be a career coordinator, and at $2.2 million, I wouldn't blame him one bit. But then again, at $9.5 million, I wouldn't blame him for taking his shot finally at Oklahoma.
Yeah, this was my first time seeing him without a hat on. He actually has hair, a full head of hair, and his speech to Oklahoma made me want to go play for Oklahoma. I mean, it was really good. I think he's been, as we talked last time, most guys just want to be in that coordinator role. They want to be a coach. I think he's that guy, but they throw $9 million a year at you. I mean, you're not going to turn it down.
You're going to give it a shot at least.
But at the same time,
he's going to fail rich.
Exactly. He just hired a great OC.
Jeff Lebby, yes.
He got Lebby from Ole Miss, and I bet Lebby's happy because now he gets to run his own show. And Alex, what's his name? I know his first name, but the DC that's Greenwich, that's it.
Yeah.
I think they're about to be a lot more physical on defense now.
They're about to be tremendous. Yeah, I mean that's what they need. They need a defensive identity. As far as coaching acumen goes, I was never worried about Brent Venables as a coach, but as a head coach, CEO, all of the things off the field, I just didn't think that was his bag, right?
He surprised me with a suit on and with the hair and
exactly. I
was like, check out Coach Venables. What is going on here?
The burnout factor is a real worry with guys like that because he just wants to get in there and go, man. And in college as a head coach, you can't do that. You barely do any actual coaching as a head coach in college. You're doing all this other stuff, but I'm happy for him. I'm glad he found a fit that he likes. So that's good right there. Mario Cristobal to Miami. I think they hired him before they fired Manny Diaz. I I don't know if they've officially fired Manny Diaz, have they?
They have officially fired him, which is piss poor management by Miami.
Yeah, I think they actually did. But yeah, it's
if you're gonna fire, if you're gonna fire me, just go ahead and fire me. Like, just imagine this: Manny Diaz is recruiting your child, and all of a sudden, a Twitter notification comes up that Mario Cristobal is about to agree to terms at Miami, but Manny Diaz is in your living room telling you how great Miami is.
Yeah, exactly. And the next thing you know, they're talking about Mario Cristobal. So the administration was out recruiting Cristobal. Diaz was out recruiting players to come to the U. He reads on Twitter, they've come to terms with Mario Cristobal, and he's probably like, what? He probably gets his phone. He's like,
yeah.
What?
Hey, just imagine this. You're Manny Diaz. You're at the dinner, with some recruits or, maybe your wife and the staff or whatever,
mm-hmm.
and you're paying the bill, and it comes back declined that there's a new authorized user to your card.
You no longer own rights to this card.
That would be so cold-blooded, but that's kind of what happened.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was handled so bad. I think they got the guy they wanted, but just handle it better.
Yeah.
They also just got a new AD.
Yeah, I mean, just be honest with the whole thing. Like, just say, hey, it's a simple conversation. Hey, Manny, we appreciate your service. We're going to go in a different direction.
Here's your buyout to the terms of your contract.
Here's your buyout. Here's yada yada yada. Red tape. Best of luck to you.
See you.
Goodbye. So yeah, I mean, what do you do?
Yeah, Clemson's going to be real bad. You just lost your DC. You might lose your OC, and you just lost your AD.
Yeah, it's a mass exodus there. That's concerning.
And Dabo's still talking reckless. So I know we'll talk about that on another date.
Old Dabo. When's he going to learn? I heard Oregon's trying to bark up the Chip Kelly tree again.
I saw that. That wouldn't be a bad tree, but I'm also rooting for my boy Brian McClendon as well. He's the interim head coach right now. Moorhead is going to Akron.
Yep. Yeah.
So, there's a lot in this coaching world going on, which is really good. You're always excited to see guys get jobs and everything. But
now if it's not our boy McClendon, which I came back for a year on an interim basis in 2007, and he had just become a GA actually. Mm-hmm. So him and I were able to have some good conversations. But if it's not him, I would like to see Kalani Sitake get this opportunity.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good hire.
That's somebody that I think USC should have talked to.
I think you got to get somebody in there that's gonna. Not saying that Cristobal didn't, but they kind of panicked in big games. I think you got to get somebody in there with the mindset is like, this is how it's going to go, and we're going to go out here and beat the hell out of people. This is what we're Oregon, and the Nike factory is literally behind our school.
We shouldn't be getting shellacked by Utah twice without making any adjustments. Injuries, whatever, you got to make adjustments. You're Oregon. You are Oregon. So make that decision. So that's about where we are on the coaching circuit. I heard Jason Garrett is emerging at Duke as a candidate. I didn't. Yeah, you didn't hear that wrong. I did actually say Jason Garrett.
I think it's about time for him to come on down a little bit.
Jason Garrett, yes.
Nobody. Here's the thing about being in the NFL. In the NFL, you're dealing with grown men that make more money than you. So if you're like me or you who are afraid of grown men, then you shouldn't be in the NFL. He's more built for college kids that he can tell what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to tell a grown man who makes more money than you that this is what you're gonna do unless you're Bill Belichick.
Yeah, it's not easy. Like you've got to work hard to build that respect. I mean, Mike Tomlin's built that over time, but even Mike Tomlin had to struggle through his first couple seasons where the veterans were about ready to mutiny. Tom Coughlin had a rough go until he figured it out as a head coach. You know, he finally found that level of respect, and he ended up winning 2 Super Bowls after that. You know, I think Nick Saban was on his way to eventually getting that. I think they were starting to kind of realize that he knows what he's talking about, and he may have toned it down a little bit. And when I say tone it down a little bit, I'm not saying like he just gets easy on them and, you know, it's sit around and kumbaya. I mean, the standard is still way up here.
Yes.
But just in the way he deals with them day to day, like, you know, I think he had a hard time adjusting.
Yeah, you got to realize that you're not dealing with kids, you're dealing with grown men.
Mm-hmm. And these guys will tell you to F off in a minute. So, but yeah, I think that's you know, it's just out of left field, really, honestly. So, I kind of hope Dan Lanning gets that. That would be.
I do too. The selfish part of me wants us to actually pay, which I know is coming.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 great coordinators. We have a great staff. You know, Coach Hartley, the things he's done with that tight end room, deserves a little bump in his pay. Coach Hankton, the work he's done with the receiver core, considering all the injuries that we've had, deserves a pay raise. Coach McGee, who still remains phenomenal in his recruiting, defensively, defensive line. Jordan Davis just won his award for being the best D lineman in the nation, linebacking core. I mean, all those guys deserve a raise no matter what happens. So one thing I did learn from Clemson, in order to keep great assistants, to keep great coordinators, you got to pay them.
Mm-hmm. You do. You got to pay them. If you don't pay them, somebody will, and they will move on.
And you treat them good, because I think they're top Davos. I think that's where everybody's trying to bounce. In the words of the great Tony Ball, bounce on out of there. So, but yeah, that's you know, that's where we're at, man. That's going to do it for us, actually, on today's show. You know, Bowl Mania. Get your bowl selections in, right? I can't wait.
Real quick, what's your favorite bowl that doesn't involve Georgia? Obviously.
Ooh, I'm always a big fan of the Rose Bowl.
Good matchup.
Simply because it's going to be a great matchup this year with Utah and who was
Ohio State.
Oh, that's right.
Ohio State.
That's going to be a really good matchup. I forgot who it was.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Kentucky's going to be able to do with Iowa. Somehow Kentucky won 9 games and had a minus 15 turnover ratio.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Chew on that for a minute. I'm excited for Tennessee Purdue. I think that's going to be a
really good game.
That's going to be really fun. I'm excited about Ole Miss playing Baylor. That'll be fun.
The Sugar Bowl. That's the other
Bowl.
one. It was the Sugar Bowl.
I'm excited about is it Fiesta where Notre Dame is playing? Notre Dame's playing Oklahoma State.
I want to say it is the Fiesta. One game that I'm really intrigued to see, and it kind of impacts us a little bit, is the Alabama-Cincinnati game. From the standpoint of, I think Cincinnati has the secondary that can match up with Alabama's receivers, especially that Mechie's down, which Mechie, we really hope you get back soon. Hope everything goes well.
You never want to go out like that. Yeah,
you never want, you know, it's all competition, but you never want anybody to get hurt in the manner that he got hurt. So wishing you, a speedy recovery back. But Cincinnati does have the secondary to match up with Alabama. So
there you go.
It's going to be really, really interesting to see how that works.
Yep. I'm excited about that. So, but you should get in those Bowl Mania pick'em groups. I'm going to get in one. I don't get in those lame ones where you have to give like confidence points and stuff. I hate those.
Yeah, those are dumb. I want to bet straight up or just bet the spread, whichever one.
Yeah, either one. Just don't. I'm going to bet 10 points on this. It's all a crapshoot, man. Just pick the spread and go with it, man. Just keep it simple.
Yeah, everybody wants participation trophies. That's what's wrong with society today.
I bet BetOnline has one, but they have a good one. So I might join that one. Who knows? You can't stop me.
Exactly.
So we are the Believe in Georgia Dawgs podcast on the Believe Podcast Network. If you haven't already, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. Find us on social media. Let us know. Keep up the good work, and just help us spread the brand. We're also partnering with. We also got a group called the Y'all's Conference Network. It's more of like a business network where we kind of all just share ideas and echo each other's shows and things like that. So it's not like a content network where we're all like, yeah, this is like a network deal. It's like, no, we're just like sharing ideas and sharing platforms and offering each other different ways to promote and lift up each other's shows. So, because it's all
love. It's all love, baby. All love, baby.
We're a free show. They're a free show. So what are we competing over, really? If we join together, we'll get to share in and especially if there's another good Georgia show out there, which DGD I think does a really good job. So you should check that one out. They feature, we might ought to do a double feature there, maybe. Who knows? Maybe down the road. But we are the Believe in Georgia Dawgs podcast. Find us anywhere you can, anywhere you get your podcast, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all of those places where we will be streaming. You can catch us there. We are presented by betonline.ag. We come to you on the video side of it from Brinks TV. Thanks to Courtney and their staff for putting us on TV and building us this insanely awesome set. Still my favorite set that I've ever had. This is the bouncing bulldog in the back. That just ties it all in, man. So with that, we hope you have a great rest of your week. Even better weekend. We're gonna take a short Christmas hiatus, and we'll be back to preview the Orange Bowl, plus react to some of the notable bowls as well. Make some of our picks on games that haven't happened. But we will we want to wish you a Merry Christmas. We hope you have a great holiday. We hope you get plenty of time with family, and we hope you're safe. Any last words, Israel?
No, everybody be safe. There's going to be a lot of travel. There's this new variant coming out. I just heard about it the other day because I really don't pay attention to the news anymore. But everybody just be safe with everything going on. Enjoy family, man. There's a lot of other things that could be going on right now. Enjoy your family. And as always, go Dawgs.
Oh, you already know. Go Dawgs. We'll see you later. Goodbye.
This is Believe in Georgia Dawgs podcast on the Believe Podcast.